Remember the classics. We are going with Moesha. Moesha, UPN was starting the network off, and they started like, look, we gonna take that girl from the theater show and put her over here. Moesha, American television sitcom, aired on UPN from January 23rd, 1996 to May 14th, 2001. Series by Brandy, man. Played Moesha. First time I saw the show, I was like, okay, this show looks like that TV show that was on Fox called South Central. And come to find out, it's the same lady who did the show. Like, no, don't change nothing. We're going to use the same sets or the same kind of cameras because it looked the damn same. And if y'all remember South Central, not the movie with, just give me a drink, now with OG Bobby Johnson, the TV show Lorenz Tate, after Lorenz Tate did Men's Society. They had him as a teenager living in South Central. So it's the same lady who started the show for that one. It's a classic, man. The show's a classic. I didn't really care for it at first because Brandy was a brat. But the cast, though, man, the cast was incredible. Brandy as Moesha, William Allen Young as Frank Mitchell. We had Kim Parker, my man Miles. Miles is funny to me. Hakeem played by Lamont Bentley. Yvette Wilson played Endell, who ran the smoothie shop in the hood. Incredible. Shirley Ralph, the great Shirley Ralph, she played D. Mitchell. Shaw Jackson played Niecy. Fredro Starr was on there, played Q. And later on, Ray J comes on to the show playing Dorian Long Mitchell, whatever the hell happened with that story. Favorite characters? I like everybody. I can watch the show. When it comes on, I can watch the show. I love when Bernie Mac was on there. Bernie Mac as the uncle. Funny as hell. Favorite episodes? Any episode Bernie Mac was on, he'll give you one. They had a lot of guest stars. I love when Usher was on the show. I like when all the boyfriends showed up. That was cool because they were all like funny in their own way. When the episode when the boy couldn't read, the episode when Miles punched Ray J in the face. The dislikes of the show, sometimes I didn't agree with how strict Frank was and how spoiled Moesha was. Like, I didn't know which side to take. I'm like, they kind of like dancing. So you kind of dancing back and forth like, okay, who's going to be wrong this time? And they shared the problem. You know what I mean? It's my turn this week. It's my turn this week. I didn't like how the show ended either because they just cut it off. They cut it off. And I remember they cut it off, in 03? I ran into Lamont Bentley at a party in L.A. And he was there, and the girl, Shaw Jackson was there. There was another one of the actors from the show, too, there. And I saw him, we walking out of the party at the same time. And I said, hey, man, let me ask you something, bro. What's up, man? You know, he was up, hypercat. You know, he was upbeat, you know. And I'm like, yo, man, what happened at the end of that show? Man, we don't know. I'm like, what? Like, we don't know, man. I'm like, damn. The dislikes of the show, I said, how they ended it, how Frank and Moesha's character, you never didn't know whose side to be on all the time. And it's how they wanted to, she said after Countess Vaughn left, look, I'm not doing another season unless Ray J's on the show. My brother's on the show. So they brought him on the show. And to keep him on the show, they made Frank his dad. Like, he was the love child of some other chick that he was messing around with when he was married. And that was the reason Shirley Ralph left the show. And she like, yo, we had this thing going, and y'all had to add this bullshit. Impact of the show, Brandy's a household name. She was already killing on the charts with I Want to Be Down. They said, Ray J said after she did that, that's when they were ready to give her a TV show. She became a star. She's definitely ours. Even she pops over. Like, black people, we have our thing, and she's definitely one of ours. She crossed over, but we love us some Brandy regardless of what. My little cousin Nikki gonna love this episode because she's still a big fan of Brandy. Brandy can be in Minnesota, St. Paul, that's 8 hours away. Nikki would jump in her car by herself to go see Brandy. It's incredible. But the impact of the show, black families, black people working together, positive. It wasn't over the top, preachy. It was just some young kids doing what they do. And I don't think we had nothing like that probably since what's happening. So I'm glad that show was on. So, shout out to Moesha, the cast. It was great. And it created the spinoff, The Parkers, which I think is hilarious. So, shout out to that. Next segment.